So we are live. So thank you so much for everyone for joining us today.
Hvala svima što smo se okupili danas i što ste nam se pridružili.
And so my name is Rocco Wunderla. I'm a certified facilitator, and the topic for today is interesting point of view.
I gospodinovo ime je Rocco Wunderle. On je sertifikovani facilitator Access Consciousnessa i večerašnja tema je zanimljiva tačka gledišta.
So how many times have you heard this like people saying like interesting point of view?
Koliko puta ste čuli da ljudi kažu zanimljiva tačka gledišta?
And of course, that's an amazing tool, and it's so versatile, so it has many ways to use it.
To je odličan alat i ima mnogo načina da se koristi.
But actually, what is the purpose? Why would we use that?
Ali koja je svrha tog alata? Zašto ga koristimo?
So how many points of view do we have on a daily basis?
Koliko tačaka gledišta imamo na dnevnom nivou?
Like there are so many points of view that are really obvious, and there are ones that we don't even recognize.
Ima puno tačaka gledišta koje su vrlo očigledne, ali ima i oni koje uopšte ne prepoznajemo da su zapravo tačke gledišta.
For example, you can have points of view about money.
Možete imati tačku gledišta u vezi novca.
Like you have a point of view that you are a woman at your age and you have a profession.
Imate tačku gledišta o tome da ste žena, da imate određenu profesiju i da... Yes?
Oh, yes. And in your profession, with that years of experience, people usually earn a certain amount of money in that city or in that town.
I sa tim godinama iskustva u toj profesiji, ljudi uglavnom zarađuju određenu svotu novca u tom gradu.
Also, you can be an entrepreneur and you can have points of view about how hard is that nowadays to find new customers.
Ili možeš biti preduzetnik koji ima tačku gledišta oko toga da je u današnje vrijeme teško naći nove klijente.
And of course, you can have your own experience that like you tried it many times and it was really hard.
I naravno, sigurno da imaš neko svoje iskustvo i da si probao više puta i da si zaključio da je to veoma teško.
So actually, it doesn't really matter whether you have your own experience that would sort of like confirm your point of view, or it's something new and you don't have an experience.
Možda imaš iskustvo, pa ti je to iskustvo kreiralo takvu tačku gledišta, a možda uopšte nemaš iskustvo, a ipak imaš tačku gledišta.
Because what we would like to do is create our future.
Ono što hoćemo da uradimo jeste da kreiramo, da stvorimo svoju budućnost.
If we keep functioning from past experience or past failures, then it's not going to happen.
Ako funkcionišeš iz prostora prošlih iskustava i prošlih neuspeha, to se sigurno neće desiti.
So, but actually you can still have your points of view that would sort of like block you or limit what you could see as possibilities.
A i dalje možeš imati tačku gledišta. Šta je to što te limitira tvoje mogućnosti i prilike?
So actually this is a sentence what we say to ourselves when we recognize that we have a point of view about a certain topic.
Ova rečenica, zanimljiva tačka gledišta, je nešto što mi sami sebi govorimo kada registrujemo, primetimo da imamo tačku gledišta u vezi nečega.
For example, it is hard to find new customers.
Na primjer, teško je naći nove mušterije, nove klijente.
or people are not interested about my services or products.
Ili ljudi nisu, ili tačka gledišta, ljudi nisu zainteresovani za moje usluge i proizvode.
Or my products are too expensive. People don't have money for that.
Ili moji proizvodi su previše skupi, ljudi nemaju novca da ih plate.
Or I'm not a very good professional, so people will not choose me.
Ili nisam baš dobar profesionalac u svojoj oblasti, pa ljudi neće baš mene da biraju.
Or I have nothing to prove because people need proof.
Nemam čime da dokažem, jer ljudi uvek traže neke dokaze.
Or people would look at me and they wouldn't like me, like how I look like, therefore they wouldn't choose me.
Ili, na primjer, ljudi će da me posmatraju i ne sviđam im se kako izgledam i neće da me biraju zbog toga što im se ne dopadam.
So, how many points of view do we have?
Koliko tačaka gledišta stvarno imamo?
We have so many, and it's like a never-ending story. We are just having more and more points of view.
I imamo ih zaista puno i samo sve više i više. I to je priča bez prestanka.
So actually, with this sentence, like interesting point of view, that I have this point of view, we are trying to eliminate the significance of that point of view.
Znači, sa ovom rečenicom zanimljiva tačka gledišta, ono što radimo jeste da eliminišemo to eliminate what?
Eliminate the significance of the point of view.
Aha, znači mi sa tom izjavom eliminišemo značaj te tačke gledišta.
Margaret, can you help me? I think there is a comment from Zoko. You can read it in the chat.
Aha, okay, wait a minute. Aha, it's just a comment that he has all of those that we mentioned now. Or that he has all of those points of view that we were just listed.
Okay. So when we say interesting point of view, I have this point of view, like how do we use it actually?
I kad kažemo zanimljiva tačka gledišta, da ja imam ovu tačku gledišta, kako mi u stvari to koristimo?
So let's point this out, that these points of view what we have are not just sentences, but each of it has an energy behind it.
Svako ovo tačka gledišta koju smo nabrojali i naveli kao primjer, nije samo rečenica, nego stoji neka određena energija iza toga.
So when I said that eliminating the significance, in other words, it's clearing the energy of it that keeps it so sticky.
Kad sam rekao da eliminišemo značaj toga, mi u stvari čistimo energiju koja stoji iza toga, koja se u stvari lepi za to, da kažem, tu tačku gledišta.
For example, if we simply just repeating the sentence of interesting point of view, I have this point of view, it's oftentimes it doesn't do much. Like you can sense it. Nothing.
Okay, just please repeat because internet was not stable.
So when we say interesting point of view, I have this point of view. Oftentimes, nothing is changing.
I kad mi koristimo tu rečenicu zanimljiva tačka gledišta, da imam tu tačku gledišta, ništa se ne promeni. Okay?
So what we have to do is to connect, to sense the energy of that point of view.
Znači, ono što treba da uradimo jeste da se konektujemo na energiju te tačke gledišta.
For example, my products or services are too expensive.
Na primjer, tačka gledišta, moji produkti i usluge su previše skupi.
So you can even say that sentence for yourself as you just hear it in your mind. It's going on. And just,
Možete da je čujete u svojoj glavi, čujete je. Aha, okay.
And just be present with the energy of it or the sensation that it brings up.
Znači, i onda budite prisutni sa tom senzacijom, sa tom energijom te rečenice koju imate u glavi ili glasno izgovorite.
So what we are doing is, so maybe you will sense that it makes you tired or depressed or upset.
Možete da opazite da vas ono što ta tačka gledišta jeste čini depresivnim, umornim.
So these sensations are also the result of the energy of that point of view.
Tako da su te senzacije takođe rezultat te tačke gledišta.
So, as I said, you repeat the point of view, you connect to the sensation or the energy of it, and then you can use the sentence.
I'm sorry, just please repeat the last one. Just.
Okay. So you connect to the energy or the sensation of the point of view.
Konektuješ se na energiju, senzaciju te tačke gledišta, okay?
And then you say, interesting point of view, I have this point of view.
I onda kažeš, zanimljiva tačka gledišta, da ja imam tu tačku gledišta.
So what we do with this, we are sort of like, first of all, recognizing that it is just a point of view.
Ono što s tim radimo jeste da na prvom mestu prepoznamo da je to samo tačka gledišta.
For example, again, it is your point of view that there are not enough people who could pay for your products.
To je zanimljiva tačka gledišta da nema dovoljno ljudi koji bi platili tvoje proizvode.
Of course, maybe you can have connecting points of view, like I'm living in a small town and here people have no money.
Na primjer, živiš u malom gradu i tu ljudi nemaju novca. Ili imaju malo novca. Okay.
So again, interesting point of view. I have this point of view.
Još jednom zanimljiva tačka gledišta.
And you stay present.
I opet kažeš zanimljiva tačka gledišta.
You stay present with the energy of your statement, of your point of view.
I ostaneš prisutna sa energijom te tačke gledišta koju si izgovorio upravo.
It's like you never truly recognize that this is just a point of view. You decided that it is true. It's not a point of view.
Jer ti odlučiš unapred da to nije tačka gledišta, nego da je to istina.
And you can even say, now I destroy and uncreate all of that.
I čak možeš da kažeš i ja uništavam i dekreiram sve to.
Because you are the one who made it like significant, this kind of energy of the limitation.
Jer ti si taj koji to čini značajnim, tu energiju tog ograničenja.
It's like, it's a limitation, it's a point of view, and you keep repeating it in your mind.
To je ograničenje, to je tačka gledišta, a ti nastavljaš da to ponavljaš u svom umu.
Like every time when you think of your business, why it's not going very well, you start to repeat all your points of view of why.
I svaki put kad počneš da razmišljaš o svom biznisu, ti ponavljaš u svom umu sve one tačke gledišta koje smo već nabrojali.
So it's really about to recognize that this is just a point of view and I'm the one keeping it alive.
Naše je da prepoznamo da je to samo tačka gledišta i da mi to održavamo živim.
So when you say interesting, it's sort of like it's from the energy of questioning the significance of it.
Kad kažeš interesantno, to je iz prostora energije značaja.
So it's not from that wow, I have such an interesting point of view. So you're not giving more energy to it.
Znači, ne daješ energiju tome da mu kažeš, jao, što imam zanimljivu tačku gledišta.
But you are in a state of being in a question when you say that it's an interesting point of view.
Ali ti si praktično u stanju i poziciji bivanja u pitanju zanimljivo da imam tu tačku gledišta.
And you recognize, I have this point of view.
I prepoznaš, da, ja imam tu tačku gledišta.
So it's not true. It's a point of view. You also recognize that.
Again, please.
So it's not true. It's just a point of view and you also recognize it.
Dakle, to nije istina, to je samo tačka gledišta i ti to sada prepoznaješ.
And you stay present with the energy and you can keep repeating this interesting point of view. I have this point of view.
I ostaneš konektovan sa tom energijom i nastavljaš da ponavljaš to zanimljiva tačka gledišta, da ja imam ovu tačku gledišta.
But as you repeat it, you continuously stay present with the energy, so it's not just simple repeating.
I da dok god ponavljaš, ostaješ konektovan na tu energiju. Ne ponavljaš samo automatski.
And at the same time, you keep sensing how the energy, the significance start to dissipate.
I počinješ da primećuješ kako značaj te tačke gledišta počinje da se topi, da nestaje.
And you can even add each and every time that now I destroy and uncreate all of that.
I svaki put možeš da izgovoriš uz ovo zanimljiva tačka gledišta, da imam tu tačku gledišta, da izgovoriš dodatno i clearing.
So, and when you sense the energy dissipated,
actually to say, da znači da kažeš da uništavaš i da kreiraš tu tačku gledišta. Okay.
And
please continue.
When the energy dissipates, then maybe the next point of view, that is a connecting point of view, comes to the surface, so you can do it again.
A kada energija za tu jednu tačku gledišta se otopi i nestane, onda se pojavi i podigne neka nova sledeća sa kojom nastavljaš da radiš.
You can even say, none of my friends managed to make it successful.
Again, please, none of my friends
made this kind of business successful.
Again, I'm sorry.
Okay, so maybe you have another point of view that none of your friends made it successful before you.
Aha, možda imaš tačku gledišta da nijedan od tvojih poznatih ili prijatelja nije imao uspeha u poslu.
Okay, interesting point of view. I have this point of view.
Zanimljiva tačka gledišta da imam ovu tačku gledišta.
And I destroy and uncreate all of that.
I uništavam i dekreiram sve to.
And as you keep doing, you start to sense that this statement, this point of view has no more energy.
I kada da kažem, nestane značaj onoga što je tačka gledišta, I lost it. So
At which part?
about things that significance about and after the dissipate.
Yeah.
What?
So the energy dissipates and you can go to the next one.
Da, i onda kad nestane ta energija, možeš da ideš na sledeću. So I just need to point one thing out because my internet is actually good, but
Okay.
somehow I have some difficulties like interruption.
Okay.
And also what I would like to emphasize, how present you are, Rocco, and I want to thank you for this. How present you are with what you are saying and repeating even. Da, samo sam rekla da mu odajem priznanje koliko je prisutan u stvari sa onim što nam govori i sa tim što imam poteškoća sa da li sa internetom ili šta god da to je. Neka se tera odavde. Okay, please continue.
I think there is a comment from Zoko, like koja je između i povac.
What is the difference between interesting point of view and this in part of the clearing like povac?
Povac.
What is the difference is between interesting point of view and povac?
Okay.
So yeah, okay.
So povac stands for points of view that you defend, like you have points of view that you keep defending.
So za povac skraćenica znači tačke gledišta koje uporno braniš, okay?
And you have points of view that you are trying to avoid to look at.
A imaš tačku gledišta da izbegavaš da u to pogledaš.
Like there are topics you are avoid to have more clarity about. So
again, there are
topics that you avoid to have more clarity about. So there are points of view that you avoid to have more clarity about.
Dakle, ima tema za koje imaš tačku gledišta, ali izbegavaš da dobiješ jasnoću u vezi toga. Okay.
So in povac, the POV stands for points of view.
Znači, kod povac, POV, na engleskom je naravno tako, pa je to tačka gledišta na našem.
The A stands for avoiding.
Avoiding.
Yeah.
A slovo A stoji za avoiding, odnosno na našem izbegavati.
And D stands for defending.
Znači, slovo D je defending, odnosno ili štititi, braniti ili štititi.
For example, you keep telling your friends that I'm doing everything and in this city people have no money.
Na primjer, uporno govoriš prijateljima, ja stvarno radim sve, ali jednostavno u mom gradu ljudi nemaju novca.
I did all my efforts, but it's too expensive for people.
i ulažem stvarno sav svoj napor, ali je previše skupo za ljude.
Or people are not interested.
Ili ljudi nisu zainteresovani.
Because it's not good enough, because it's too expensive, because it's not part of the year.
Jer nije dovoljno dobro, jer nije dovoljno kvalitetno, jer nije dovoljno dobro, jer je preskupo, jer nije sezona.
You know, there is COVID, there is a war in the next country.
Da, odvija se COVID, odvija se rat u susednoj zemlji.
So people are not choosing my products. So people are not choosing my products.
I ljudi zbog toga ne biraju moje usluge i proizvode.
So you have other points of view to sort of like protect your main point of view.
Imaš različite tačke gledišta kojima štitiš svoju glavnu tačku gledišta.
Even you can say, I tried everything and you can see it's not my fault.
I onda možeš da kažeš sve sam probao i eto vidiš kako je to i to nije moja krivica, nije moja greška.
So actually this is where you sort of like avoid to look at the situation.
Okay, that about situation, just please repeat.
Yeah, this is how you avoid to look at the situation.
Aha. To je način na koji izbegavaš da pogledaš u tu određenu situaciju.
Like now people could say that they really try to listen, but there is like problems with the internet, with the translation.
Ljudi kaže, evo ja sam s internetom i sa prevodom samim tim.
And I could say, I tried everything. It's not
What
my
else I
fault.
can... Mogu da kažem, sve sam probala, nije moja krivica.
And you can say, you tried everything and it's not your fault.
I vidiš, i ti si sve probao i nije ni tvoja krivica.
So we are avoiding to look at the situation.
Znači, mi izbegavamo da pogledamo u situaciju.
And they could say that, you know, it's not our fault. We are not the translator. So they defend their point of view.
A onda svi drugi mogu da kažu, nije naša greška, jer mi nismo prevodioci. Pa također brane svoju tačku gledišta.
So what the hell can we do in such situation?
I šta stvarno možemo da uradimo u takvoj situaciji?
Like in this example,
Tell me, what can we do? Like
one of the point of view is that I can only receive that information that I can hear clearly.
Jedna od tačaka gledišta može biti da mogu da čujem samo one informacije koje mogu jasno sa jasnoćom da primim.
That's sort of like an untold, unsaid point of view. That's just a common agreement. I have to hear what is the information.
To je uobičajeni dogovor da čujemo ono što hoćemo da čujemo i da ostaje nešto neizgovoreno, odnosno da ne čujemo. Okay.
And so in this situation, we could say that I'm choosing to receive the information at all possible channels.
I možemo da kažemo u ovoj situaciji biram da čujem informaciju na sve moguće kanale i načine.
Like, it's an interesting point of view that I have this point of view that I cannot hear it clearly.
again, to je zanimljiva tačka gledišta. It's interesting point of view that
I cannot hear it clearly.
da ja ne mogu jasno da čujem. To je ta zanimljiva tačka gledišta da ja ne čujem dobro.
So I'm choosing to have this information.
Biram da imam ovu informaciju.
Receive it all different ways.
Da je primim na sve moguće načine.
Even the parts that I cannot hear.
Čak i deo koji ne mogu da čujem.
Even the parts that were never said.
Čak i deo koji nikad nije izgovoren.
Even the parts that other people know about this topic.
Čak i deo koji drugi ljudi znaju u vezi ove teme.
Even those parts that no one ever imagined.
I čak i one delove koje niko ne može ni da zamisli.
So interesting point of view. I have this point of view.
Dakle, zanimljiva tačka gledišta da imamo ovu tačku gledišta.
And everything it brings up now, I destroy and uncreate.
I sve što to podiže, uništi i dekreiraj.
Like if you are upset or angry that you cannot hear it, okay, now I destroy and uncreate.
Ako sam uznemirena ili ljuta što ne mogu da čujem, sada to uništavam i dekreiram.
And for example, like maybe you don't have clients now, like you are short of money.
Možda sad nemaš klijente i možda si kratak sa novcem.
Like, you know, like this is my actual situation. So it's not just an interesting point of view.
Tako da to je moja aktualna situacija, nije baš da je samo tačka gledišta.
But we don't want this energy to stay in our reality.
Ali mi ne želimo da ta energija ostane u našoj realnosti.
So let's take the polarity from this energy.
Zato hajde da oduzmemo polaritet toj energiji.
So interesting point of view. I have this point of view.
After polarity.
Yes. So interesting point of view.
Take
I have this
polarity.
point of view.
Zanimljiva tačka gledišta da imamo ovu tačku gledišta.
And now I destroy and uncreate all that.
I sada uništavam i dekreiram to sve.
And I'm choosing to have clients.
I biram da imam klijente.
I'm choosing to have paying clients.
Biram da imam klijente koji plaćaju.
I'm choosing to have clients who have money for my products.
Biram da imam klijente koji imaju novac za moje proizvode.
I'm choosing to have clients who are interested about my products.
Biram da imam klijente koji su zainteresovani za moje proizvode.
I'm choosing that these clients will find me with total ease.
Biram da me ti klijenti pronađu sa potpunom lakoćom.
I'm choosing that these clients can pay me with total ease.
Biram da me ti klijenti plate sa potpunom lakoćom.
Like they can pay in cash or by card or bank transfer or anything that works.
Da mogu da plate i karticom i kešom i elektronski, na sve načine koji funkcionišu.
I'm choosing to have clients even coming from other cities, other locations.
Biram da imam klijente koji dolaze iz drugih gradova, sa drugih lokacija.
And I'm choosing that my products can reach other locations.
I biram da moji proizvodi mogu da dopru do drugih lokacija.
So I'm choosing that the clients can find me and my products.
Biram da me pronađu klijenti, da pronađu mene i moje proizvode.
So instead of functioning from my points of view, I rather choose what would work instead of each and every point of view.
Umesto da funkcionišem iz svojih tačaka gledišta, so instead of functioning from my points of view,
I'm choosing to create what works for me.
biram da funkcionišem.
Kreiram ono što je za mene dobro, što me za mene radi.
Thank you.
Aha, yes, thank you. Biram da funkcionišem iz prostora onoga što za mene funkcioniše i što za mene radi. Hvala.
For example, in this town, there are no people who have money.
U ovom gradu ima ljudi koji imaju novac.
So I'm choosing that people can find me from other places who have money.
Biram da me pronađu ljudi sa drugih lokacija gde ima više novca. I gde ljudi imaju više novca.
And the amazing thing is that we don't have to know how it will work, how it will happen.
I ono što je zadivljujuće, uopšte ne moramo da znamo kako će to da se desi.
Only one thing you should sort of like focus on is what is it that you would like to have.
Jedina stvar na koju treba da se fokusiramo jeste šta je to što mi hoćemo da imamo.
Like, before I mentioned that you say this sentence from a state of a question, like being in question.
Ranije sam pomenuo da budemo u stanju pitanja, da budemo pitanje.
I would like to ask everyone now, just please remember, what do you sense or how you feel yourself when you ask any kind of question?
Hoću da vas sve pitam kako se vi osjećate, u kakvom ste stanju kada postavite bilo koju vrstu pitanja.
And
da to osjećanje imate sada.
But this question is not asking something from your partner or from your boss or from your children.
Again, please, partner, boss, children.
Yeah, so this is not a question that you ask from people that you know.
Aha, ovo nije pitanje koje ti pitaš ljude koje poznaješ, svog šefa, svoju mamu, tatu, decu, prijatelje.
But you sort of like open up towards the universe.
It was interesting, but what else is possible?
So you open up towards the whole universe.
Aha, ti se otvaraš ka čitavom univerzumu kad postavljaš pitanje.
It's like with being in a state of a question, you open up a space.
Bivanje u stanju pitanja ti otvaraš prostor.
So just please, let's see for yourself how you feel when you do this.
Vidite sami za sebe kako se osjećate, kako se osjećate kada postavljate pitanje iz tog prostora.
Like,
kako je to za vas?
You're turning towards the universe.
Kao da se obraćaš univerzumu.
Okay, where is the universe?
Ali gde je univerzum?
It's not just one direction, but in all directions.
To nije samo u jednom pravcu, nego u svim pravcima.
And it's not outside of you, but it's including you.
I to nije van vas, već to uključuje vas.
So you open up towards everywhere.
Otvarate se prema svugde,
in all directions.
u svim pravcima.
And you are in this sort of like, in that state of creating a space to receive information.
I kreirate prostor da primite informaciju.
So when you say interesting point of view, you create this space.
I kada kažete zanimljiva tačka gledišta, vi otvarate taj prostor.
A space that can have all possibilities, all information.
Prostor koji može da ima sve mogućnosti, sve informacije.
And that point of view is not significant at all in that space, because it's just one of many statements, one of many ideas.
I u tom prostoru ta tačka gledišta nema nikakav značaj, jer takvih izjava možda bude koliko god hoćete,
So
ali nemaju značaj.
it's nothing else, it's just an interesting point of view.
To nije ništa drugo, nego samo jedna zanimljiva tačka gledišta.
And so when you create the space of a question, then all possibilities can flow in.
A kada kreiraš iz prostora pitanja, sve mogućnosti mogu da se otvore i otvaraju se.
So things can show up that could change the situation.
Mogu da se pojave stvari koje zaista mogu da promene situaciju.
People can show up from another city.
Pojave se ljudi iz drugog grada.
People can show up with plenty of money in their pocket.
Pojave se ljudi sa gomilama novca u svojim džepovima.
People can show up who are recommending you to other friends.
A pojave se ljudi koji daju preporuke za tebe svojim prijateljima.
Like they are promoting your products.
Promovišu tvoje proizvode.
Do we have a question?
Da li imamo neko pitanje? Yeah. Radmila just commented easy.
So actually the whole process requires,
Or light.
it requires us to be present with our own points of view.
Ali od nas se zahteva da budemo prisutni sa svojim tačkama, sa tim tačkama gledišta.
We have to have a willingness to revise what we believe in.
Treba da imamo voljnost da pogledamo šta je to u šta mi verujemo. Da preispitamo šta je to što mi verujemo.
Like believing in there is not enough money, or there are not enough clients.
Verujem da nemam dovoljno klijenata, da nema dovoljno novca.
Or they are not interested.
Ili da nisu dovoljno zainteresovani.
Or I'm not good enough.
Ili nisam dovoljno dobar i
So
dobra.
we have to revise each and every point of view.
Moramo da prođemo kroz svaku tu tačku gledišta.
Recognizing that these are just points of view.
I da prepoznamo da su to samo tačke gledišta.
And destroy and create all that.
I da uništimo i da kreiramo sve to.
Until the energy of it dissipates.
Dok god energija toga ne nestane.
any question?
Je li ima pitanja?
Evo ja.
Vesna, hello.
Vesna. Da. Hello svima. Zdravo.
Zdravo.
Da li to podrazumeva da sve ono što imamo u sebi kao ograničenje, nešto što je skriveno, prikriveno i nepokazano, da budemo u dopuštanju da se to pojavi i da sve te tačke gledišta onda koje se izađu na površinu, da budemo voljni da budu zanimljiva tačka gledišta.
So the question is, does this mean that all the limitations and points of view and yes, limitations that we have to be in allowance that everything what we have of those points of view and limitations to allow to go on the surface so we can clear it and clean it?
Yes, we have to be in allowance with the things that we made significant.
Da, moramo biti u dopuštanju sa stvarima koje činimo značajnima.
Like everywhere where we decided this is the truth.
Gdje god smo odlučili, ovo je istina.
Or this is the reason.
Ili ovo je razlog.
Yes.
Okay.
Da.
Hvala. Imala
Hvala
sam
za
zanimljivu situaciju sa otporom prema ratu između vakcinisanih i nevakcinisanih. I tačno sam ga osjećala.
Čekaj, imala si otpor?
Otpor prema onom prepucavanju i ratu između vakcinisanih i nevakcinisanih, između polariteta vakcinacije i nevakcinacije.
Dobro.
To mi je stvaralo veliki otpor u telu, signale u telu koji su mi stvorili i razboleli me.
I?
To je jako zanimljivo bilo. Otpor koji je bio u mom telu, koji sam osjećala, a nisam mogla da ga se...
Sad čekaj malo. So she was resisting she said like to war between people who are vaccinated and those who are not vaccinated. And she felt that resistance, and at that point, actually, she got sick because of that kind of so strong resistance. Okay, i onda? And then?
Pa hoću da kažem taj otpor u meni, koliko je dugo živeo, prepoznala sam ga, ali nisam mogla tako lako da ga eliminišem kao zanimljivu tačku gleda.
Aha, so Vesna said that actually that resistance was so strong that she couldn't so easily like clear it and to dissipate this resistance that she had. It was very strong kind of. She needed a lot of, it wasn't so easy to see that it's just a point of view.
I think this is the part of vulnerability.
Kaže Roko, ovo je deo koji se odnosi na ranjivost.
It's the willingness to revise my points of view.
After vulnerability,
it's the willingness to revise. It is just a point of view.
To je voljnost da sagledaš da je to u stvari samo tačka gledišta.
Like, imagine that you, like, whatever is the point of view, but we make it significant and we keep it alive.
Znači šta god da je tačka gledišta, mi je činimo značajnom i tako je održavamo u životu.
And suddenly when I recognize this is is something I keep creating, it's a little bit hurt.
Da, malo boli kad počneš da shvataš da je to nešto što sam kreiraš.
And vulnerability is required to go beyond that sensation that it hurts.
A ranjivost ti traži da ideš izvan te senzacije tog povređivanja, što te to vređa.
In other
Kad
words,
shvatiš.
I allow myself to fail. Like I allow myself.
Drugim rečima,
I was thinking it in a wrong way.
Drugim rečima, dopuštam sebi da omanem, da pogrešim.
And that helps to sort of like start to deal with the problem.
I onda to pomaže da počnemo da se suočavamo sa situacijom, sa problemom.
To get out from the state of that energy.
Again, just
to get out from the state of that energy.
To get allowed.
To get out of the state of the energy.
To get out. Da izađem iz da izađem iz stanja te energije. Okay.
Cool.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Vesna.
Hvala.
It's
Vesna
true.
said hvala.
So
if I can go on this theme, please.
Yes.
In the human nature is also to be right or wrong.
Yes.
And that is also our interesting point of view. And that's also part of clearing statements. And I go now on Serbian. Također i u našoj prirodi da budemo i u pravu i pogrešni. Tako da je to također jedan deo interesantne tačke gledišta. I to je također deo izjave brisanja. So my question is how to go through that? Also like go to state of vulnerability, or you have something else to propose? Moje pitanje je kako da izađemo iz toga. Da li je to isto da uđemo u stanje ranjivosti ili ima neki drugi predlog?
So there are these two sort of like words. One is vulnerability. Another one is allowance.
Imamo dva pojma. Jedno je ranjivost, a jedno je dopuštanje.
But these two are really connected to each other. I wouldn't separate the two.
Ali su ta dva pojma vrlo povezana i ne bi ih odvajao.
Because both are part of it, what we have to sort of like practice.
Jer su oba ta pojma deo onoga što treba da praktikujemo.
And you were sort of like pointing it out that it is our nature to be right, the need to be right.
Or wrong. And also wrong. Da je to deo naše prirode da budemo u pravu. Sad ja sam shvatila, because I understand like to be right and wrong. She said like something.
Yeah. Someone is also in the nature always be in the wrong.
Yeah.
Da, kaže da je ona stalno u tome da je stalno pogrešna nešto, jel?
So I can be in allowance that maybe I'm wrong with these points of view that I have.
Ja sam u dopuštanju da grešim u vezi te tačke gledišta koju imam.
So it doesn't really matter for how long I was thinking or functioning from these points of view, I'm willing to revise it now.
Nema veze koliko dugo sam vozio ovu tačku gledišta, sad sam spreman da je preispitam i da je čistim.
So
Revise.
instead of the need of being right or wrong,
I umjesto potrebe da budem u pravu ili u krivu,
I allow myself to be right or wrong.
dopuštam sebi da budem i u pravu i u krivu.
If I'm wrong, I have to practice vulnerability.
Ako sam u krivu, moram da vežbam ranjivost.
Oh my God, for
Da
many
praktikujem.
years, for many years I was thinking it's not possible, but it was just my point of view.
Jer, Bože dragi, ja sam tolike godine mislio da to nije moguće, ali sad vidim da je to samo bila moja tačka gledišta.
And my point of view created such an energetic wall that it was blocking everything.
A to je kreiralo energetski zid. It's created the energetic wall.
Wall, like a brick wall.
Yeah, okay. But first part actually I missed.
Yeah, it's created an energetic wall.
Okay. What else?
Ah,
Yeah.
Continue.
Yes.
So it's created an energetic wall, and that sort of like stopped, like, yeah. It was limiting my creation until now.
I to je limitiralo, ograničavalo moju kreaciju sve do sad.
So sort of like vulnerability is the willingness to be wrong, but I'm willing to change it.
Da, dakle, ranjivost je biti u dopuštanju da smo pogrešili, da smo u krivu, ali uz to da smo voljni da to sada promenimo kada smo sagledali.
Because my future is much more important or valuable than the need to be right or wrong.
Jer moja budućnost i kreacija je u stvari mnogo važnija i značajnija od toga da li ću ja budem u pravu ili u krivu.
No.
Yes.
Maybe I was thinking a certain way for 5 years, but it didn't work.
Možda sam na nekih 5 godina razmišljao na jedan određeni način, ali sad vidim da to ne funkcioniše.
And I'm willing to recognize it. It didn't work.
I spreman sam da to prepoznam i da kažem, ok, to nije funkcionisalo.
So I give up this point of view. I don't try to defend it any longer.
Aha, znači ja sam voljan da odbacim tu tačku gledišta, a ne da nastavim da je uporno branim. To, yes.
Like I'm willing to step over this need for being right.
Da, voljan sam da istupim preko toga da budem u pravu.
I'm choosing
Svaku cenu, by any cost.
Yeah, because it's more important to create a future that I desire to have.
Jer mnogo je važnije da kreiram budućnost koju priželjkujem, koju biram da imam.
Does it help?
Jel to pomaže?
Yes, much. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Hvala.
Juhu!
Hvala. Cool. Is there any question or?
Yeah, I don't have a question also, although maybe I have, but actually it's more like, yeah, should we share information about foundation?
Can you please?
Is now the time to share this.
Yes. Can you please share the details, Vesna or Margareta?
Yes, Vesna, you can speak in Serbian, maybe it's.
Da.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Voljela bih da pozovem na temeljni tem koji će se organizovati u Puli 7., 8., 9. i 10. U Istri. Naš facilitator Roko Wunderle, Margareta kao prevodilac i organizator, i želim da vam predstavim Roka, evo kakav je voditelj, facilitator. Prošli smo nekoliko tečajeva sa njim, preporučujem ga i jedva čekam da dobijem još informacija i jasnoće i svesnosti kroz alate Access Consciousnessa i temeljnog tečaja na njegov način. Tako da, evo, pozvani ste, bit će pozivnice ovih dana i možete da se registrujete preko Rokovog maila. Evo pozivnice svima. Kako može bolje od toga?
Juhu! What will create more? Da. Yes. Da, od kad sam Roka upoznala, i pravili smo neke od seminara čiji on u stvari autor, kao što je tvoje akustično telo i beganje od zlostavljanja, ali od uvek sam želela da pravimo foundation sa Rokom, zato što je toliko u toj meri dobar facilitator, za mene fenomenalan facilitator, koji nam stvarno, evo vidite i sami koliko je strpljiv i koliko je prisutan. So I just said that from the beginning I wanted to go through foundation with you because you are so like present as a facilitator and you don't give up i nikad ne odustaje i uvek isprati svaku energiju, znači, i to je ono što je meni kod facilitatora bitno. So it's like, yes, it's I confirm.
Thank you so much. I'm so grateful.
I'm
Thank
very
you
happy.
for the invitation.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Dobro.
So looking forward to meet everyone and wish you to have an amazing week.
Yes. Ja se radujem.
Da, kaže Roko da se raduje da nas uskoro vidi uživo.
And thank you so much. And please use the tools because it really helps. It really works.
Hvala, Roko.
Hvala.
Hvala svima.
Hvala.
Hvala svima.
Hvala.
Ćao.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.